probably the strongest mid laner on the patch. You know, also has a decent matchup.
The Hextech Gunblade being added again, but we're not going to talk about Akali. Yeah, low-key, I was waiting for the IG fan Gyos relying on this bot lane to be ahead of the curve and hitting. They are not quite ready to believe in the return of BLG. Rookie, though, taking the top crab. Way it goes for the bottom crab. And on with a quick roam is saying, hey, Knight, you look a little low on HP. I got you with some hot cocoa. And Rookie almost gets baited in, but Jway is there for the counter cover roam. But it's not enough to take out Knight. He will be forced to back on. Way! Q flash over the wall. Do it! Yeah, baby! We called it! It's just like the end of Split 3 regular season all over again. And Way's fist finds the mark once again. Schwinn forcing the flash out of
Way comes on through at the very tail end of it. That's a very expensive trade. And while it is a kill that goes over to Way, I'm just looking at the mid wave right now. It is in favor of Knight. Schwinn even gets to invade. Rookie never got that recall off. So despite the kill, this is a great start.
This should be a good punish. On does go down because Jway provides a lot of damage on the Nico, but now Schwinn, I don't think he kills Jway. There's still a flash available. Oh! Strike procced into the whip becomes lightning. That was clean. But unfortunately now Schwinn is way too deep. So he's for Knight, so as soon as he gets that role quest completed, he's going to have tier 3 boots online. Nice Q3 into the all-out. Oh, Soboro. He's going to try to flash over the wall. Nah, the equalizer does nothing, and yeah, Bin back in Giga Bin form. Rookie about to get solo kill. One more on attack. There we go. The wind-up doing its job.
I 100% agree with you. I wish you would apply this to when we play solo kill together. Oh my god, it almost happens again. Should already be here. They're late for this play. They might get 2 on the rebounds afterwards, but I mean, Kasante's just going to trap Rumble.
I think Jway did hit level 6, so they have to be careful about this Pop Blossom engage. They just look for On, and On just gets found out. One of the grubs is secured by Schwinn, but the Pop Blossom deflected it by Schwinn! Crescent Guard at the perfect time, and now he dashes back in, forcing the flash out of Jway. Oh my goodness, Schwinn at peak form once again too, and Bin looking for another solo bolo added to the headshot record. Giga Bin is walking Saburo down.
With Shun getting all of the gold, I think this is incredibly problematic here. Super young, he's a new player. Okay, good. Let's go bully the other player. Let's go bully Jway on the other side of the map here.
Completely blanketed in darkness. And Schwinn is lurking around any corner. Full official power spike. No sir. Off of the next full shockwave combo on a team fight. And that's why
at best negligible for Saburo. He knows he's going to lose this turret, and if he walks up to priority right now. So they get this dragon. I think this is a good spike because as he's going to have 8% of however much gold the Zonia's is. So continuing with that 2,400 gold lead. On's by himself. Thankfully, the portal's going to save him for now.
Does Way want to continue forward? Tempered Fate onto the main damage dealer. Cease and desist right onto the left, but the shockwave from Knight is there and blows up Way. Here comes the rest of the BLG reinforcements.
As well over a 5-year career here in the LPL.
On a gold, and we're the ones spiking earlier for IG. We're the 2 members that just died. So that's not ideal. Saburo, lucky for him. On then. BLG has just reclaimed control. Oh my goodness, the ghost. He's gonna run down Rookie. There's Way over the wall.
Oh my god!
Way as he comes in with the Vault Breaker. That is just awesome. And now IG in full retreat.
Oh my god, big!
With the flash and just pulls Photic right back into him. Oh, this is just pure sexiness coming out of BLG.
That's Knight knowing, all right, cool, so I can do whatever. This is probably just another free MVP going over to the man in the mid lane right now. That's a Baron as well.
Get a chance to actually claim Infernal Soul. Good dash by Rookie with the Soul Unbound on the Temper Fate, but a flash with the Cosmic Binding ensures that On can slow him down, but Rookie...
going over to them. Thankfully, IG, like you mentioned, not just flash for so long.
Knight does find Way in the bottom side jungle. There's a TP coming in. Will Knight be forced to use the flash this time? The shockwave pulls him in. He's gonna almost kill him. He flashes over the Fate Sealed, and he goes golden. I don't think Knight is surviving that one, but man.
No more lollygagging. No more fun to be had anymore. This is the part of the game that matters. This is Invictus Gaming's sole point here. If they can grab this dragon, a failed portal from On, but they're nowhere in position for this.
Rookie Goes in with the Soul Unbound. Wei tries to brute force his way through. Infernal Soul is denied. Now BLG need to reposition themselves and make sure that they are on proper, just poking them afar and just maintaining vision control.
So
Fade on the
the
2.
equalizer,
Oh, just
okay.
shockwave right on there. On top of it, goes for 1, but they're able to use the Seekers to at least get out of there alive. Saburo does survive the engage. There's no more shockwave available, but a GA is expended by Wei, and he's the first one to drop, and now the rest of IG are going to be forced to retreat. Viper steps forward with the Arc of Ruin, does slow down Photic, but...
Friend here by BLG, and they have no smite. They have no way of getting into this pit. This has to be a massive shockwave. Equalizer's coming off a cooldown now.
Wei's got to be careful, but if he can find a moment, Flash Proto Belt available for a Pop Blossom, he would have to get it onto multiple people. He's going to turn for it, but he gets interrupted on the way in. Schwinn secures the Baron. Equalizer over the top, but BLG members still stand tall with another shockwave right onto multiple members.
BLG are going to end. It seems like they're just going to go for some multiple inhibitor turrets at the very least, get themselves paid, and put this at a 10,000 gold deficit.
But BLG are doing their due diligence and setting up everything necessary so that the next fight that is a honorable mention for BLG, because it looked like it stopped on the way of trying to make that. Viper did pop the ultimate, went transcendent, has GA available, Tempered Fate onto 3. Oh, this shockwave is gonna hit! It only hits onto 1. The Zonius was popped by Saburo, but Schwinn is going deep into the backline for IG. Fate Seal from Rookie, decent response, but just not good enough. BLG, Nexus turret, but Photic, Wei, and Rookie are gonna try for one last Hail Mary before this game comes to a stopping end, and BLG finally do away with all the IG defenders. Wei looks for another Vault Breaker, and BLG are going to try to pad the KDAs as much as possible, showing that this game was never IG's to add onto that list. Is how...
Well, how do I play the game now?
Yep.
In terms of getting down and interesting rune setups here, we're seeing a lot more people take cash back, especially the roles that get a lot more gold, like AD carry in mid lane. Double first strike here for Kiana and for Syndra. So I'm expecting
nice crash here on the cannon wave. Deadly Flourish right on top of on. Oh no! That's just a raw 2v2 solo kill.
We might see Rookie doing the early laning phase.
Wei unlocked from the early presence in the laning phase, tries to invade with Wei onto Schwinn, but he gets out alive for now, and On even tanks the Deadly Flourish.
But Rafa, we're just getting more full clears.
Oh
my, another one. Board meeting that the Jway flash engage not getting punished at all. Okay.
Everything works out in the end for Invictus Gaming. First Dragon.
He didn't even lost his flash yet. Like,
hang on. Oh, Wei was waiting in the wings, but Knight flashes away in time, and the cover of Paranoia gives him the necessary means to retreat and a simultaneous play on top side.
Had this lane matchup. Rookie's got to be careful. He has teleport. On's dead.
Okay. Well, he pops the ultimate. He still has flash. Which,
wow.
All right.
So
Curtain Call trying to find him, but Viper should be able to absorb any shots necessary, and On does in the area. And they have to respect it right now.
Is this a leash? Are we leashing this objective?
On absorbs the dredge line, pops the ultimate once again.
No!
Oh, the Herald resets. BLG are going to have to call it off.
I wonder if IG are going to go back and say, like, did we really need to be second into the river?
Won't take out the tier 1 turret immediately, but decent damage. And like you said, it gives Invictus Gaming first walk into the river. BLG are going to have to face check into that banana brush. Wei gets briefly spotted. Rookie is over on the right side. Darkness for the rest of BLG. Here comes
What
Sun
is this?
into the middle of all 5, and Knight is there to follow up on the play. Invictus Gaming did pretty much everything right, but the execution is still going BLG's way. Saboro's trying to wreck house on the Viper, flashes after him, gets the first trade of the kill onto a BLG member. He's going to revive thanks to the passive. Curtain Call from Photic trying to follow on up, and Saburo just can't get it done. Picks up a double onto 2, but the rest of BLG try and set up for the Dragon again as we get it in the picture, but Knight has solo killed Rookie on the top side of the map. Knight has TP. He's going to join the fight now. Perfect execution not available anymore, but he can still try and lend his power into the fight. And Invictus Gaming are dropping like flies.
Oh
The
my
Grim
God.
Deliverance ends up just being a delayed, inevitably end for Saboro.
These last two fights have come.
Where the gold lead swings wide open in their favor.
So what happened? No stun? Oh, Rookie, we can't, yeah, if we're not going to use the stun to kill him, Rookie and Saboro, especially this early on in the season, and from what we've seen from IG, doesn't seem like it's that impressive.
Oh no! Well, Jway had to go hunting for some There's been only a couple of performances in and there off of the Oh my goodness!
Jesus Christ, man! Turns out having point and click slows is not great. 1,000 gold item.
Oh boy, well, that was a lot of damage on Schwinn, but he's got a GA, so he's totally fine if he just wants to send it in there for the boys.
Oh!
Come on! That's the Alistar gameplay I've been waiting for you from all this second game. Ben is gonna route off the escape pass of a couple members. Wave desperately trying to get away from this massive Scion, and Rookie just expended his scatter of the week, so you know.
There are going to be a lot of games that BLG are going to win this year by just having the best laners in the league, but what I've seen from them in some of these games has been incredible to watch, and we're going to see another mechanical display.
Oh my god. Knight is just pub stomping on IG corpses, continuing to aura farm for the montage, and I'm sure that the LPL official TikTok and Instagram is gonna have a hell of a time going back through this series and just farming highlights. Rookie behind him, trying to see if they can damage this guy, but here comes Swin, looks for Photic in the backline, says, I'm sorry, Jim, but you don't have flash and you're not surviving. Rookie does expend the GA from this Nocturne, but he flashes away from the force of will, and Saboro tries to step on up, but a good sidestep from Schwinn, forcing him to use the Grim Deliverance. Clean use of the perfect shuriken backflip into the perfect execution. My goodness, BLG just all here for the style points. A 5-man push. Way alongside Jway. I don't know if they're going to be enough. On is going to hold them at the door. Supreme display of town on the 2, but Schwinn just blocks it with a spell shield, gets even more attack speed so he can finish this game out faster. And BLG with a clean sweep over IG.
They got a kill on bottom lane. They set up mid and jungle. They struggled in some of their early games. They weren't the best laners, but having Mako, the smartest and best support the LPL has ever seen.
It was a bit rough early on. Jway and Photic did get the better of him,